They hadn't stepped foot near me in over a decade. 12 years of silence. 12 years of laughter that didn't include me. And yet, there they were, standing on the porch of my beachfront home, eyes wide, mouths greedy, acting as if time had erased everything they'd done. I opened the door, my hand steady, my breath calm. And when I spoke, I saw the color drain from their faces. I remember the last reunion I was invited to, the night they voted me out without saying the words. I stood there at the long dining table, plate untouched, as jokes were cracked about the one who never measures up. They thought I couldn't hear when my aunt whispered, "She doesn't belong in this family." My mother didn't defend me. My siblings clinked their glasses. And my chair at the table might as well have been a coffin. That was the last time they asked me to join them. After that, invitations never arrived. Birthdays, weddings, holidays, celebrated without me. Photos were posted online, their smiles rehearsed, their arms locked together. I was erased, like I'd never been born. I didn't beg, I didn't protest. I disappeared into my work. They called me cold, but what they didn't see was the fire I was stoking. While they laughed at beach barbecues and toasted Christmas without me, I built a life, deal by deal, sleepless night by sleepless night. Every contract signed, every dollar earned, became another brick in the fortress I was building, one they could never breach. And while their voices faded into memory, my resolve sharpened. The first cracks appeared years later. A cousin reached out, pretending to check in, but I heard the desperation under her small talk. My uncle called, awkwardly circling around money problems he wouldn't admit out loud. Each time I kept my tone polite, distant, controlled. I learned something important. Silence was louder than screaming. Distance was sharper than a knife. Then came yesterday. I was watching the tide roll in, glass of wine in hand, when I saw their car crawl up the long drive. My brother stepped out first, his arrogance a little thinner than I remembered. My mother followed, clutching her purse like it was life support. Then the rest spilled out, looking around at the house as if it already belonged to them. They approached the door like beggars disguised as royalty. I let them knock 3 times before I answered. "Beautiful place you've got here," my brother said, forcing a smile. "We were thinking, we'll move in for a while. Family sticks together, right?" The audacity almost made me laugh. After 12 years of exile, they thought they could just walk in and plant their flag? I didn't argue, didn't raise my voice. Instead, I looked each of them in the eye, one by one, and I said quietly, "Family. That's a word you only remember when you're drowning." My mother's face twitched. My sister looked away. My brother's smirk faltered. That was the moment the color drained. They hadn't expected me to change the locks. They hadn't expected that the house wasn't just a house. It was mine, fully, legally, untouchably mine. I had rewritten my will, closed every loophole, secured every title. There wasn't a crack in the walls they could slip through. When I swung the gate shut and locked it behind me, the sound was final, iron on iron. A sound that told them everything words couldn't. They stood outside the bars, shifting uncomfortably, realizing that after 12 years of exclusion, the roles had reversed. They were the outsiders now. I watched my mother's lips tremble like she might apologize. But no apology came, only silence. The same silence they'd given me for over a decade. And so, I gave it back. I turned, walked up the path, and left them staring at the ocean they would never touch from my porch. Revenge didn't need screaming or spectacle. It was in the calm, in the control, in the way their faces fell when they realized they no longer had power over me. They wanted to feast in my house, to reclaim the sister, the daughter they'd thrown away. But I was no longer theirs to claim. For 12 years, I was locked out of their world. Yesterday, I locked them out of mine, and I slept better than I had in years.